Don't come. I stood in my kitchen with the phone pressed to my ear, staring at the sweet potato casserole cooling on the counter. What do you mean, don't come? I asked. Across the room, my 6-year-old daughter, Lily, was coloring a turkey at the table, humming to herself. My mother sighed. Vanessa is introducing Andrew to everyone today. His parents are coming too. We want this Thanksgiving to feel appropriate. I lowered my voice. Mom, Lily and I were already invited. Then she said it. A divorced mom and a 6-year-old don't belong at gatherings like this. My hand tightened around the phone. She continued before I could answer. Vanessa deserves one holiday that looks normal, Rachel. Please don't make this difficult. I looked at Lily. She had stopped coloring. That was enough to keep me from fighting back. Understood, I said. And don't call Grandma Eleanor about this, Mom added quickly. She doesn't need family drama at her age. That caught me. Grandma. Why would Mom care whether Grandma knew? Before I could ask, she hung up. For the next few hours, I tried to make Thanksgiving feel ordinary for Lily. We watched cartoons. I reheated a little turkey. I told myself that maybe Mom really was keeping the dinner small because Vanessa's fiancé was meeting the family. Then my phone buzzed. Vanessa had posted pictures. I opened them, and my stomach dropped. There was Aunt Carol, 2 cousins, family friends, Andrew's parents, Grandma Eleanor. Nearly everyone in our family was standing around Vanessa's dining room smiling beneath a banner that read, Happy Thanksgiving. Everyone except Lily and me. Then I saw a comment beneath the photo. Tell Rachel we missed her. Sorry she couldn't make it. I read it twice. Mom hadn't just excluded us. She had told everyone I chose not to come. I locked my phone before Lily could see the pictures and carried the untouched casserole into the refrigerator. That evening, she helped me set our tiny table. 2 plates, 2 glasses, 1 candle in the middle. Lily looked toward the empty chair beside her. Did Grandma forget about us too? My throat tightened. I lit the candle. No, sweetheart, we still have each other. 3 knocks sounded against the front door. I froze. When I opened it, Grandma Eleanor stood on the porch holding an overnight bag in one hand and the pie she had taken to Vanessa's house in the other. She stepped inside, looked at our 2-place table, and quietly removed her coat. Set another plate, sweetheart, she said. I just walked out of your sister's Thanksgiving dinner. Grandma Eleanor's eyes moved from the 2 plates on the table to the casserole dish I had shoved halfway into the refrigerator. You were expecting to go somewhere today, she said. I forced a small shrug. It was just a misunderstanding. Rachel. That one word stopped me. Grandma set the pie down and pulled out a chair. At Vanessa's house, your mother told everyone you decided to stay home because you were still emotional about the divorce. I stared at her. She said that. She did. Grandma folded her hands on the table. And I knew something was wrong because you told me 3 days ago that you were bringing sweet potatoes. I looked toward the hallway to make sure Lily was out of earshot. Mom didn't want me there. Grandma waited. I swallowed. She said Vanessa deserved one holiday that looked normal. Her expression tightened. And I hesitated. She said a divorced mom and a 6-year-old didn't belong at gatherings like that. Grandma went completely still. Not angry. Not loud. Just still. Did Lily hear her say that? I don't know. That answer hurt more than admitting yes. Grandma looked down at the turkey drawing on the table. Has Diane spoken about Lily like this before? I didn't answer quickly enough. Her eyes came back to mine. Rachel. I sat across from her. At the family photo last Christmas, Mom told the photographer she wanted just the complete families first. Grandma's face hardened. And Vanessa's engagement dinner, I continued. She moved my seat away from the couple's because she said it would look awkward in pictures. Grandma said nothing. And sometimes, she tells me, I should be grateful she still includes me at all. Why have you tolerated this? I glanced toward Lily's room. Because I didn't want her to lose everyone. Grandma leaned back slowly. Sweetheart, staying silent hasn't protected Lily. That landed hard. It has taught your mother that she can keep doing it. For the first time that day, I had no defense. Grandma stayed. She ate dinner with us. She let Lily put too much whipped cream on her pie. She laughed when Lily insisted the candle made our table fancy. She never returned to Vanessa's house. Later, after Lily had gone to sleep, Grandma helped me clear the table. That was when she noticed a stack of unopened mail on the counter. She picked up one envelope. Why haven't you opened this? I recognized the return address. Your attorney's office. Yes. I assumed it was routine. Grandma looked at me carefully. It is. I frowned. What is it? An estate planning meeting. I stared at her. You want me there? I need you there. Why? Grandma held my gaze. Because, Rachel, what exactly has your mother told you about what happens to this family after I'm gone? The answer to Grandma's question arrived at my front door the next morning. 3 hard knocks shook the house. When I opened it, my mother stood on the porch with Vanessa and Andrew behind her. Mom didn't say hello. What did you tell her? I stared at her. Excuse me. Your grandmother. She pushed past me into the living room. She walked out of Thanksgiving, ignored my calls all night, and stayed here. Do you understand how humiliating that was? Vanessa stepped inside more slowly. Mom said Grandma left because you called her. I never called Grandma. Mom scoffed. Rachel, please. Andrew's parents were there. Vanessa was introducing her fiancé to the family, and somehow you still managed to make the evening about you. Something in me finally shifted. Maybe it was hearing myself blamed again. Or maybe it was knowing Lily could walk into the room at any moment. I looked directly at Vanessa. Do you know why I wasn't there yesterday? Her eyebrows pulled together. You said you didn't want to come. No, Mom told me not to come. Vanessa glanced at Diane. What? She said you were happy for me, Vanessa said, but seeing me engaged would be too difficult after your divorce. I shook my head. She told me a divorced mother and her 6-year-old didn't belong at your dinner. Vanessa's face changed. Mom. Diane immediately waved a hand. That is completely out of context. Andrew spoke for the first time. What context makes excluding a 6-year-old appropriate? Mom turned toward him. This is a family matter. So Lily isn't family, I asked. Silence. Then footsteps came from the hallway. Grandma Eleanor appeared. My mother stiffened. There you are. Mother, Rachel has obviously given you a very distorted. Rachel did not convince me to leave Thanksgiving. Grandma walked into the room. You did. Mom's mouth tightened. I was trying to give Vanessa one elegant evening without complications. Grandma looked at her. Does divorce make Rachel less your daughter? That isn't what I said. You said she embarrassed this family. Mom glanced toward Andrew. She has. You don't understand what people think. Grandma's voice remained calm. The only person who embarrassed this family yesterday was you. Vanessa looked between them. How many times have you told me Rachel didn't want to attend something when you actually excluded her? Vanessa, enough. No, I'm asking. Mom grabbed her handbag. This conversation is ridiculous. Mother, eventually the who's. And estate will become my responsibility anyway. We can discuss family decisions then. Grandma went completely still. Then she reached into her handbag. She removed a business card. Mom frowned as Grandma placed it into her hand. It belonged to her attorney. Call him Monday, Grandma said. Apparently, you and I need to discuss what you think belongs to you. Monday morning, I walked into Grandma Eleanor's attorney's office and found my mother already standing beside the conference table. The moment she saw me, her expression hardened. What is she doing here? Before I could answer, Grandma entered behind me. I asked Rachel to come. Mom folded her arms. I thought this meeting was between you and me. It is. The door opened again. Vanessa walked in. Mom stared at her. You too. Grandma asked me. That was the moment my mother stopped looking annoyed and started looking worried. We sat. Grandma's attorney opened a folder. Mrs. Eleanor Bennett asked me to clarify several provisions of her current estate plan. Mom leaned forward. Current? Yes. He turned several pages. The updated documents were executed several weeks ago. Mom immediately looked at me. I understood the accusation before she spoke. So Rachel has been working on this behind my back. No, Grandma said. I turned toward her myself. Grandma, I didn't even know you changed anything. I know. The attorney confirmed it. Rachel was not involved in preparing the documents. Suddenly, Thanksgiving looked different. The unopened invitation. Grandma asking what Mom had told me about the estate. And Mom speaking about Grandma's house as though it already belonged to her. Grandma rested both hands on the table. I have watched this family for months, Diane. Thanksgiving didn't cause my decision. Mom's jaw tightened. Then what did? It confirmed it. Mom pointed toward me. You're putting responsibility in her hands. Rachel can barely manage her own life. She's divorced. She's raising a child alone. The attorney quietly slid another set of papers onto the table. Mrs. Bennett reviewed Rachel's financial circumstances before finalizing her plan. Mom stopped. He continued calmly. Rachel has stable employment, meets her financial obligations, and has not requested financial assistance from Mrs. Bennett. I stared at Grandma. She had checked without ever telling me. Mom looked down at the documents, then back at me, as if waiting for something she could attack. There was nothing. The attorney closed one folder and opened another. Mrs. Bennett has structured the estate so that personal inheritances are separate from control of the principal family assets. Mom interrupted him. Fine. Her voice was sharper now. Then who controls them? The room went silent. Grandma turned toward me. For the first time, I saw genuine fear cross my mother's face. Grandma answered her. The daughter, you decided, didn't belong at Thanksgiving. My mother stared at Grandma as if she had misunderstood her. What does that mean? Grandma nodded toward the attorney. Read it. He turned the document toward himself. Under Mrs. Bennett's finalized estate plan, the family residence will pass to Rachel Bennett upon Mrs. Bennett's death. Mom's face drained. I stopped breathing for a second. The attorney continued. The family trust will provide for Rachel, Lily, Vanessa, and any future grandchildren according to its terms. Rachel will serve as successor trustee. Vanessa looked at me. I shook my head slightly. I hadn't known. Mom clearly understood what mattered most. What about me? You have a fixed inheritance, Grandma said, and the personal possessions I designated for you. Mom leaned forward. And the house. Rachel. The trust. Rachel will administer it. Mom pushed her chair backward. So you're cutting me out. No, Grandma said. I am preventing you from controlling everyone else. That silenced the room. Grandma didn't raise her voice. You've spent years acting as though my estate was already yours. You decide who gets invited, who deserves approval, who looks respectable enough to represent this family. Mom looked toward me. This is because of Thanksgiving. No. Grandma's answer came immediately. These documents were signed weeks before Thanksgiving. The attorney confirmed it with the execution date. There it was. Proof I couldn't have manipulated anything. Grandma continued. Thanksgiving was simply the first time you said out loud what you've been showing Rachel for years. Mom turned toward me. I could almost see her searching my face for satisfaction. I gave her none. This is unbelievable, she whispered. You're rewarding her because she got divorced. Grandma's eyes narrowed. Rachel's husband abandoned his responsibilities. Rachel stayed and raised her child. You took the hardest period of your daughter's life and turned it into evidence that she was somehow inferior. Mom opened her mouth. Grandma wasn't finished. And then you punished Lily for something that child had absolutely nothing to do with. Vanessa lowered her eyes. After a moment, she looked at me. Rachel, Mom told me you stopped coming around because you couldn't handle seeing me happy. I was happy for you. Vanessa's eyes filled. I should have asked you. Yes, I said quietly. You should have. She nodded. I'm sorry. I looked at Andrew. He had barely spoken during the meeting, but now he reached for Vanessa's hand. I want our marriage to bring people together, he said. I don't want appearances deciding who counts as family. Mom looked around the table. For once, nobody rushed to rescue her from the consequences of what she had done. She gathered her handbag and stood. Grandma remained seated. You will receive exactly what I chose to leave you, Diane. But you will not own my home. You will not control this trust. And you will never use my estate to decide which members of this family deserve a place at the table. Mom left without answering. The fallout didn't stay inside that office. Vanessa corrected the story with our relatives. People learned that I hadn't skipped Thanksgiving because I was bitter about my divorce. I had been told not to come. Grandma stopped allowing Mom to organize family gatherings on her behalf. And I finally established a boundary I should have established years earlier. I told Mom, you can disagree with my choices. You can be disappointed in me. But Lily will never again be treated as less than anyone else in this family because her parents divorced. If she isn't welcome, neither am I. For once, I didn't negotiate afterward. I didn't apologize. And I didn't ask whether she understood. The inheritance didn't suddenly make me rich. Grandma was alive, healthy, and still living in her own home. Everything remained hers. What changed was something I needed much sooner than money. I stopped believing my mother had the authority to decide whether Lily and I belonged. Over the following months, Vanessa and I started rebuilding our relationship without Mom carrying messages between us. Slowly, carefully, honestly, Grandma stayed exactly where she wanted to be, at the center of Lily's life, usually spoiling her more than I approved of. Then another Thanksgiving arrived. This time, Grandma hosted it herself. Lily held my hand as we walked toward the same family home my mother once assumed she would someday control. Grandma opened the door before we could knock. There are my girls. Lily ran straight into her arms. I carried my sweet potato casserole into the dining room. There were no separate tables. No awkward explanations. No discussion about whether my divorce made anyone uncomfortable. I simply placed the casserole beside Grandma's turkey and pulled out a chair for Lily. A year earlier, I had set a table for two because I thought staying quiet was the price of keeping my family. Now I understood something different. Silence had never kept the peace. It had only protected the person hurting us. Last Thanksgiving, my mother told me a divorced mom and her child didn't belong in the family. Grandma made sure none of us would ever confuse my mother's approval with belonging again.